So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mels Gaming here with a super special The Hunter Call of the Wild video. It happened. It actually finally happened. We got the Great One Mule Deer rack that I have most wanted since we saw them revealed. We got the Corkscrew rack. I am so thrilled. So this is a Corkscrew rack with the cinnamon stripes fur, and I am just beyond thrilled. Now, I know that a lot of people regard this as their least favourite combo, or the worst combo. Trust me, I've seen everybody say that, but I do not feel that way. To me, this is a dream. So please do not say, oh, I'm so sorry you got this combo. Do not be. I am absolutely thrilled. The shriek that came out of me when I saw this deer was unbelievable. I actually saw him initially through the trees, and it was just a patch of the fur that I saw. And I just immediately clocked that it was not the blonde fur. And I was like, hold on, that looks different. And then just dragged the reticle of the binos over to this guy and saw the outline of the rack, and I just squealed. Like, I do really wish that this one had been on stream, because it was a reaction when I realised that I'd finally got this rack. This was one of the few things I really wanted to get for Great One Mule Deer. Like, basically my two favourite racks were the Corkscrew and the Drop Tine. And then there's been, like, the Milky Way and the Dripple Drizzle as my two top favourite furs as well. So this is one, finally, of those top favourite things for me. And this was the rack, specifically, that I really wanted. This one. Look at, like, how incredibly unusual this is. I am such a fan of the weird, wonderful, wacky things that can happen with antlers. And just in nature in general. Because it's one of the things that's always fascinated me. And like I said in previous videos, I've seen antlers in real life from mule deer that people have picked up or harvested that had really crazy, like, spirally looking antlers because, that deer had problems during antler growth. And this, to me, just takes that to, like, an extra extreme. And it looks incredible. To me, it's just amazing. And I got some pictures there that I was so unbelievably happy with. Like, very similar to the pedal puff from yesterday's video, because this is literally the same lake. Unfortunately, this guy wasn't a solo. He is with a couple of the does here. But even still, it's a nice open ice lake. And I was able to get some really nice pictures with some really clean, like, backdrops. And there was one point there where he walked towards us with his head down. Oh, just some amazing pictures of this guy that I was so happy with. I didn't have to spend hours trying to get into position to get pictures. It was just all so quick. Like, I just can't believe this guy showed up the day after the pedal puff. He's just incredible. And actually, I really do not dislike this fur. It's like, some prehistoric deer, are speculated to have stripes and stuff, so I just kind of see it as that, and it really doesn't bother me. It's not in any way something I hate. But that rack, I just love that rack, and I'm so pleased that finally I can say I have a Corkscrew rack Great One Mule Deer. So we got some really nice up-close footage of this guy, which was so awesome. And here we are going to take him with the 30-30 Outrider, and we drop him on the spot. Like, just perfect. Perfect. In every sense of the word, to me, this was a perfect Great One. Like, this is just, for me, everything I love. Like, I was so unbelievably stoked that for a good 20 minutes, I was just going, oh my god. And, seeing him drop did make me panic just a little bit. But we saw the vital blood, we hear the music, we see the medal. Great One, Fabled Cinnamon Stripes, Corkscrew Rack Mule Deer, dropped with a heart shot at just over 14 meters. with the Outrider 3030. What an amazing deer. I am so stoked. Like, even watching this back, this is one of my all-time favourite deer trophies in this game. Because of those antlers. And I don't care what anyone else says. This is my trophy. I love this. I am so happy about it. Like I said, I just love real-life antlers that are unusual. Anything that's different and weird and, you know, has grown in a abnormal way, it fascinates me. Because it's like nature and how it can just do unexpected things. And when I saw pictures for the first time of mule deer antlers specifically that had these really weird like curls, like corkscrew shapes to them, I actually said, like, if they did a Great One mule deer, I would love them to have a variation like that. And then when they did the Great One mule deer, this was a variation for the racks. And of course then I needed this rack for the lodge. I'm just so thrilled. Just what an amazing day. I can't say it enough how happy I am. This to me is absolutely just top tier. But, like I mentioned in yesterday's video with the pedal puff, I am going to keep going with mule deer pretty much until the new update comes out with the feeders and whatever that new Great One's going to be. And I'm just going to keep going and see if I can get the other things that I'd really like for the Great One mule deer. Those being the drop tine rack. I don't have the like typical looking rack. It's still non-typical, but people call it like the typical rack. And I still don't have Dripple Drizzle, which is my favourite fur, or Milky Way, which is like my second favourite fur. So we're going to keep going and see if we can get the things that I'm like missing for Great One mule deer in that time. Because like so far, touch wood, so far, I seem to have a pretty good thing going with the mule deer again on ASKIY. I've worked so hard, hundreds of hours, like trying to get them into a good shape again, and it seems to be paying off. So many diamonds, so many max weight diamonds. So we're just going to see what happens, and I'm just going to keep going with it. And yeah, basically just hope that maybe we can get a couple more cool things before, you know, we move on to whatever the next thing is with the feeders update. But that is going to be it for this video. I literally cannot tell you how excited I am to share this one. Like, for me, I'm thrilled. I'm so over the moon. I got pictures of this guy that I am so beyond happy with. Getting to drop him on the spot with a heart shot. Just everything. Everything about this to me was just, so brilliant. I'm so thrilled. But that is going to be it for this one before I ramble too much about how happy I am. So thank you so much for watching and all your support as always. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.